What's up, guys? Another episode in the E12 series. It's been a couple weeks. I was doing the parts car, and then I was in Colorado. And then school got shut down because of this whole coronavirus thing. But whatever. Another scary yet exciting day. Tonight is the night I try to get the E12 driving again. So I'm excited. I'm nervous because I really hope that doing a master and a slave allows the car to go into gear. I'm almost positive it will, but not, you never know. So basically, I almost forgot to film this. So all I've done so far is pull the line from the reservoir off the master. I'm doing the master first. This is my new master right here, ready to go in. I sucked all the brake fluid out of there. And then from the inside, the only thing I've done is set down a lot of towels so I don't ruin my carpet if something happens. I pulled the bottom plate off, and there's a little foam like sound deadening. So as you can see here, that's the master right there. There's literally one bolt and nut that holds it to the pedal, and then two from the other side of the firewall that hold it to the firewall, and that's it. So nice and easy on this car, hopefully. You really love to see all this untouched stuff underneath the steering column. Normally cars are all messed with and it's all screwed up. I love working on all original cars. I also hate it, but sometimes it's good. But yeah, so there's the master down there. You could probably barely see it on camera. So right now I'm letting the line that goes to the slave, I'm letting it soak in PB Blaster because it looks a little crusty, and I can only imagine that it's gonna strip. So I don't want that because I don't want to have to replace that line. So I'm gonna let that soak, and then hopefully everything goes good from there. I really hope that does not strip. All I gotta say is, if you're someone with an E12 and you have to do this job, I hope you hate yourself, because you're gonna freaking hate yourself. Again, what should be simple, 2 bolts. I have now been out here for over an hour messing with them. I finally got one out. So, like I said, the master is down there in that crevice. You have 2 holes, or 2 bolts, I mean. What you need is a 1/4 inch 13mm socket, because it's the only thing that will fit between the bolt head and like the flange on the master. And then what you need is a 1/4 to 3/8 adapter, and then a very tiny 3/8 extension, and a flex neck 3/8 ratchet. So you want to flex the neck like this, then you can manage to, I don't think I'm gonna be able to actually film this, and let me see. And there's nowhere to put your frickin' light. I can't tell you how many times that's bothered me. So if you could kind of picture this, you got the booster here, the master there. You want your head like this, and then you got to go in like this, wrap it around the line, because you can't pull off that line. You got to do it once the master's out. Then you can get this on the top bolt, very easy. The bottom, good freaking luck getting this on there. But this is the orientation, and once it's on there, I don't know if it's just this crappy Craftsman, it has so much slack that by the time you actually like grip it up on there, you're hitting the booster. So you gotta find the sweet spot where you can actually get it to twist. And then you could twist it like this much, and then you gotta go back and you gotta kind of jam it against the brake lines that of course turn right here in your way. Then you'll get one click, then do it again and again. Oh my God. What should be easy is not easy. Typical old car crap. I can't even explain how like annoying this has been, but. Alright, I finally got the old master out. Pulling it out of the actual hole is nearly impossible as well. Alright, so I spent the last hour trying to get it in. It actually went in pretty easily, bolted it up, and then putting this stupid blue braided hose. You gotta pop the plastic end into the grommet. It kind of looks like that. Was the biggest, probably pain in the ass job I may have ever done on a car. Don't look at me when I'm filming. Yes. I can't explain the hatred I have towards this job. That was one of the most painful things I've ever had to do on a car. Because this stupid brake line bracket right there just cuts your hand up. Oh my God, I ended up using pliers and a screwdriver to get it in. It's in, it's done.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. What is that? Don't break the steering lock. So I just replaced the slave. The lines were awful. Filling up the thing. Now we're about to bleed the clutch on her. So we gotta get down under here, and it's dark and the light's up here. Time to bleed the clutch. And then hopefully she will drive and get into gear. Holding. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's straight fluid. Let's do it one more time. Just because I put a lot in there, so. How's the clutch feel? Perfect? That's what I like to hear. All right. Oh yeah, it's done. All right, it's tight. All right, guys, I come to you with a little bit of defeat. So my worriedness and my skepticism, that's the word, I think. First off, master cylinder, miserable job. Never in my lifetime will I do, or do I want to do, a master cylinder on a car like this. Such a pain to get to it. My arm is cut up. My fingers are so tired. That was miserable. The slave wasn't too bad. The lines all came off rather nicely. It's stupid though. To get the slave out of the trans, you actually have to undo the hard line where it meets the soft line that goes up to the master. So you have to undo that line, which is really obnoxious. So that sucks. We lowered the car. We bled the car, lowered the car, started the car, and she still does not go into gear. So the problem that it's having is when the car is running and you go to put it in gear, it just won't go into gear. And then I was like, all right, that's kind of weird. So I was like, all right, I'll start it in gear. So you put the clutch in, you start it in gear, and it moves, like it hops. So the clutch is not disengaging. It's staying on the flywheel. So if both the clutch hydraulics are replaced, then that eliminates that. So basically you're left with this theory that Eustace and I have, where we think the clutch is actually stuck to the flywheel. Like I said, the car hasn't run in 16 years, so if you think about it, it's just been sitting mated on the flywheel for 16 years. Moisture, whatever. I mean, the car was kept indoors, but that doesn't matter. Moisture still has a way of getting inside things. So that's kind of where we're at. We're thinking the clutch is stuck to the flywheel. It's looking like I might have to drop the trans on it, which I really don't want to do. That sucks. But Eustace had a good idea. So he said what we can give it a shot is we can try to unstick it. Apparently that's been done before. I'm praying we can figure out a way to do it like that and not drop the trans, because that's just not something I'm wanting to do, because I have to do the manual swap on this thing coming up soon. And it's just, the car is basically immobile right here. So that's a bummer for sure. Now I wanted to end my night after doing 5 hours of clutch hydraulic work. All right, what are we doing?
Fuck, man, I don't even know. End of the world.
End of the world. We got a little break from the BMW to stockpile food.
Texas toast is good for the week.
Get some Texas toast. Walmart's kind of like empty. It's actually kind of crazy. There's no nothing here, like substantial foods. I mean, like you have like candy and like ice cream, but we had the chance. We had the chance to get toilet paper. We didn't, and now it's gone.
After this, it's quarantine.
All right, what do we got so far?
Jack shit. Oh my.
Pizza, boneless chicken bites, sport peppers, pizza rolls. All right, we got the kit in the wagon, the grocery getter. Time to get out of here. Day 2, E12. Trying to avoid having to drop the trans. So it's Sunday. I wasn't able to do anything on Saturday. It was snowing, but so what we're gonna do is I'm running out of daylight and I don't have anyone to help me, so I can only do one of the two things. So I got a little article of old urban, not really an urban legend, but let's just call it urban legend. So when a car has a stuck clutch, you can jack up the rear end and put the car in 4th gear and accelerate, and then, you know, lightly apply the brakes. And what that's supposed to do is knock the rust off the clutch that's seizing it to the flywheel. So that's for a moderately stuck clutch. So I'm gonna do that right now. I got the rear end up. I'm letting it run right now. I'm letting it warm up. So when I put it in gear and accelerate it, it's not cold. Can't remember if that last video I posted a video of it like running. Like, this is what she sounds like. Very quiet. It's kind of like a bike motor almost. It reminds me of like a, no, you know what? It reminds me of like a go-kart almost. It's just super like quiet. It sounds like such a tiny motor, but I mean, it's an inline 6. It's an M30 B30. That's not really a small motor at all. It just runs so like smooth and nicely. So I'm an idiot and forgot to film. So I got the car up. I started it in 4th gear. It was shaking like violently. I started applying the brakes. It was shaking like crazy. And then no shaking. And then it was like a pop and the rear wheel stopped spinning. So the clutch broke free. So it worked. So we're back in business. So I'm gonna drop the car right now and back it up and let's see if she'll go for her first drive. And look at that. That's 1st gear and she is rolling. The E12 is driving on the road for the first time in 16 years. We just went into 2nd. Easy, easy. Shifts really nicely. Very impressed that that worked. But yeah, I mean, look at this. This is nuts. It feels so weird to drive. I'm gonna try to do a U-turn really quick here. So it looks like she's getting a little warm. Not necessarily hot, but it looks like it kind of wants to like creep up. So it looks like we'll have a video doing the coolant system as well, which I was gonna do anyway. But I thought maybe I could get a couple drives in before I do it, but it definitely could use a coolant system overhaul. All right, so she made it back to the garage. It definitely was getting hot. So it definitely needs a coolant overhaul ASAP. I mean, then again, it is also low on coolant, but I don't think it would even get warm with that. But we made it back in time. It didn't overheat or anything, thank God, but it definitely was climbing up. It was at the upper bar. So I decided to come home and definitely shut her down. So still got some stuff to do to get her roadworthy, of course. I gotta go through all the brakes. Like I said, I gotta go through the coolant system now. It is a super accomplishing feeling getting such an old masterpiece on the road again. I'm so excited. Like I said, there's a lot to go left to get this thing roadworthy for every day, but it's a huge success to get it to be able to move again under its own power. The E34 I want to pull out. I want to pull it out really soon. I want to enjoy it again. I have a dyno tune scheduled for the end of April, so I got to buy my standalone and then go get a dyno tune, and then that car should be ripping. I'll have videos with the dyno tune and everything. So a lot of cool content coming up. Stay tuned, more videos to come. Thank you guys for watching.